What's up guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to customize your flight in Flight Simulator. I'm going to be including the aircraft, how to set the departure, the destination and the weather. Here we go. Okay, the first thing you want to do to start your flight, you're going to click this world map. So first you want to set your aircraft. You can choose any aircraft that you'd like. You can use the small slider down at the bottom to move between the aircrafts, and you can also click what type of aircraft you like. You've got all of the aircrafts, you have turboprops, jets, propellers and airliners. So I'm going to go with propellers here, and I'm going to go with the Cessna 172 Skyhawk G1000. So you just click on it and it's set. Now for the departure, you're going to click on it and you can basically just type any airport you want to type up or take off at. So here I want to go at Queenstown. So I'm going to go here and type it in. There we go, Queenstown. And I want to do NZQN. So I'm going to go there. Now in this one where it says 2 above, I'm going to click here and say where you want to fly towards or your destination. So basically you just want to type it in. If you don't want to fly from a place to a different place and you just want to fly around a bit, I recommend just putting in the destination that you're taking off from. Here I have NZQN, which is Queenstown. I'm just gonna go NZQN and we can select that. Now to select the weather, you'd like to go over here with flight conditions, click on it and you'll get this. The multiplayer, you can have live players, the all players, or off. I recommend these two off if you're a beginner, and then if you want, you can click here for the live weather. You can do the preset weather, stuff like that, blah blah blah. And the custom I also recommend if you want to choose how your flight is. So up here you can set basically all of the weather stuff. So there's clear skies, which is like no clouds, few clouds, scattered clouds, broken clouds, high level clouds, overcast, rain. You can set snow and you can set it to storm. For a nice flight, I recommend the few clouds. This little slider bar is to select at what time you want to be flying. So and it says down here what time it is, and I highly recommend between 10 to 12 o'clock. I'm gonna set it to 11 o'clock for now. You can set the date here, the heights of the clouds, and yeah, then you're basically done. To get out of it, you could just click somewhere else, or you could just click back on flight conditions. So now you can click fly. I'm very sorry, one thing I forgot to mention was, see where it says from and to, these slots where it says where we're taking off and where we're flying towards. Under them, there's also another bar, and you can choose which runway or wherever you want to go. So we have runway 23, 14, and 32. It depends which airport you're flying at. They won't always be these numbers, 05, 23, 14, and 32. You can also get the gate or the parking, the fuel box, parking number 8, parking number 7, 6, 5. It works the same for the one down here. There we go. You can fly. Okay, so now what it's gonna do, it's gonna take you to this screen. It gives you a bit information in the bottom left corner. And it just shows you a bit of the aircraft, the airport, and the landscape. When you're ready, you can click this yellow bar here, ready to fly, and you'll get this view. So you have two views. You have this view and the outside view. You can also take your cursor and go up here, and you can click the camera one there, and you can go cockpit, external, and the showcase is just kind of like, it's kind of like you can customize it just a bit more. So you can also get rid of that. So we'll be on this view. If you're a beginner, I do recommend taking off in the outside view. Okay, so I'm going to put my throttle up, disengage the parking brake, and just to move around a bit, I am going to use the rudder. So sometimes it goes slightly off course. I can use the rudder, which is this thing on the tail, to kind of maneuver me. Let's go. So see, I'm going a bit off course. I can just use the rudder to put me back up. The Cessna's takeoff speed is about 55. See, I reached the speed and it says a liftoff. So I can pull up slowly, and now we're in the air. So we can just take a bit of a fly around. Oh, and also if you would like to see the nearest airport or landmark, on the keyboard press S, and it will go to the point of interest, which is basically the nearest thing. Yeah. Sometimes it might not work, like the airport is here behind me, but when I press S, oh no, it's working this time. Just didn't work before. So I can have a bit of a fly around here. Let's go. So one thing my sister loves to do, she flies with a Cessna. So she does not fly unless she's in this Cessna in Queenstown doing barrel rolls. That's basically all she does when flying. We can look around a bit like that. So inside you will see in front of you this screen. So this screen, on this side it says how high you are above sea level. So we are 2,600 above sea level now. The one on the left is saying how fast you're going. So at the moment I am going 85 knots. Knots is the measurement of speed in kind of like aeroplane talk, whatever you call it. Then this front part, these two lines forming a pyramid, they're basically the wings. So if I turn this way, it's not gonna be level with the lines, which means my wings aren't level. But if I turn it back, then and it is in line, then it means my wings are level. And if I go down here, you'll see a big white line here. If the pyramid or kind of thing is above that, it means your nose is pointing upwards. If it's below that white line, like this, it means your nose is pointing down. One thing I forgot to mention, this small thing over here. This number is basically like the degrees where you're facing. So I'm facing 211 degrees at the moment. And down here you can see the small airplane in the middle. That is pointing where you are the direction you're flying. See the nose of the aircraft is there, which means I'm flying in this direction. And we also have a compass in here. We got west, east, south, and north. Yep, and also over to the right and also at the bottom left, we have a little mini map, which shows us around. The green is obviously land, with the blue being the water, or in this scenario with all this green, the blue is not only the water down here, but also the sky up there. If you go to the outside view, you'll also see a bunch of settings around here. First of all, let's go with the airspeed. We obviously have taken a look at that. The engine, this small thing is where the engine is set to, and the pointing thing is where the engine is at the moment. We have the fuel, which also says we have at the moment down the bottom. Currently we're on 47%. Next we have the AOA, which is short for angle of attack. That is basically our pitch. See, at the moment we're in the green, we're 3 degrees, but if I go up, we can see yellow and then blue. Blue is kind of like a warning. Then if I go up more, we get red, and then I'm gonna stall. Then we have the flaps, which basically just says what the flaps are on. We have the trim, which is the pitch of the aircraft. Like, is the nose up? Is the nose down? The altitude we've taken a look at. And this final long bit, the number down here, you can look over here or there. If it is a positive number, then it means I am building altitude, whatever number it is, that it is, let's just say 400, 500, 600, whatever the number is. If it's positive, then that's how many feet you're going up per minute. And if it's down below here and it's a negative number, like so, and it has a small minus sign in front of it, then it means you're going down whatever the number is feet per minute. So that is about all the settings down here. We also have the compass up in the top left. Also, it works in any view, the inside or the outside. If you scroll your cursor up, you get settings. Like, for example, this one you can pause, and it looks like I'm still flying, but I'm actually not moving. Like, the engine is still going. It looks a lot like I'm still flying, but I'm actually not moving. But don't leave this for too long, because you might run out of fuel, and when you unpause it, you could crash. So I won't explain all of these, but I'm just going to explain the most used ones. The next one is the camera, which I showed you earlier. That's what angle we're at. The next one that's used a lot is this. This just basically says how much fuel and how the fuel works. So this is how much fuel you have. This is the left main, right main. This is a single propeller, so we don't have to worry about that. We have the payload. The pilot, you just set how much he weighs in pounds. Just warning you, it's in pounds, not in kilograms or any other weight measurement. We have the co-pilot, passenger left, passenger right, and the cargo. So the next one that's used a lot is the map. It's basically just a small map that appears up here. And then the last one that's used a lot is the weather, which is just setting the weather in game. There we go. Now I can unpause this and continue flying. See, another reason why you shouldn't leave it for too long, you could end up gaining too much speed or losing too much speed and get a small problem like I just had then. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and make sure to tickle that little notification bell so you don't miss an upload. See ya!